Conditional sentences with inversion are more formal than those that follow the usual word order. In certain conditional sentences, subject and verbs may also be inverted. This can be done if the auxiliary verbs are should, conditional type 1, were, conditional type 2, had, conditional type 3. Inversion is almost all forms of interrogative sentence. These sentences always place the auxiliary verb before the subject. Inverted conditionals, first conditional should. For example, if you should be late once again, you would lose your job. Begin with should. To invert this, number 1, replace if with the should. Number 2, replace the verb with the bare infinitives. For example, goes changes to go, has changes to have, am, is, are changes to be. If you should be late once again, you would lose your job. Begin with the should. Now cancel if and replace the if with the should. The answer goes like this. Should you be late once again, you would lose your job. If he remembers his name, we will help him. Begin with should. Now cancel if, replace the if with the should. The word remembers should be changed with remember because should is already past tense. We have to write with the present tense remember. The answer would be, should he remember his name, we will help him. Inverted conditionals, second conditional, where. We can use the second conditional to talk about something in the future that probably is not going to happen. For example, if Paul were a rich man, he would help all the poor. Begin with where. To invert this, number 1, replace if with where. Number 2, change the verb to the infinitives form with to. Number 3, if necessary, change was to where. If Paul were a rich man, he would help all the poor. Now cancel if, replace the if with the where. The answer would be, were Paul a rich man, he would help all the poor. If I were you, I wouldn't do it. Begin with where. If I were you, wouldn't do it. Cancel if and replace the if with the where. The answer would be, were you, I wouldn't do it. If he pushed the button, we would all have problem. Begin with where. If he pushed the button, we would all have problem. Cancel if, replace the if with where. Then the word pushed has to be changed to push. The answer would be, were he to push the button, we all have problem. Inverted conditionals, third conditional, had. For example, if she had attended the interview, she would have been selected. Begin with had. To invert this, number 1, delete if. Number 2, invert the subject and the auxiliary verb. For example, we had changes to had we. If she had attended the interview, she could have been selected. Cancel if, replace the if with the had. The answer goes like this. Had she attended the interview, she would have been selected. If he had run quickly, he would have won the race. Begin with had. If he had run quickly, he would have won the race. Cancel if and replace the if with had. The answer would be, had he run quickly, he would have won the race.